All right, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Many Last Words podcast. This is one of your hosts, Bill. We're going to be going over the NFL Week 10, or excuse me, Week 9, jumping the gun here, with my good friend Peyton. Then I'll quickly touch on the World Series and some of the impending moves for the MLB coming up, mostly focusing on the Cubs. So thanks again for tuning in. Without further ado, here is the NFL Week 9. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to yet another edition of the Many Last Words podcast. I am here with my co-host Peyton, and we are going to recap what I believe is Week 9, was it, of the NFL season?
I believe so.
I believe
I believe
so.
it. I believe
Bears
it
are
was week
five
nine.
and three. That's right, Week 9. So let's kick it off how we usually do, Peyton.
Yeah, man.
How you doing? How was your week?
I'm well. Week is going okay. Eagles had a bye week, but in that bye week, we had some key losses by other players, or other teams, I should say, which is really nice. Um, and I think that boosted us from 4-1, um, in the rankings for like the number one seed in the NFC, which is very critical to then having that first round bye since only the one seed gets it. It's really important. So just happy, man. Just happy. But how's your week going?
Going pretty good. Likewise, it was a good week for a good hate watch,
Hmm.
along with the Bears winning, which we'll get into. I guess this is as good a platform as any to announce some pretty big news. My pretty little girlfriend and I have decided to get married. This has been a long time coming. Um, we're going about it maybe a little different than the classic way of, the proposal. She knows it's coming, and we've just
What? You
made the
told her?
decision. Yeah, we let her know. I didn't
Why'd you
tell her
tell her?
when, but that'll
Why'd you
be
tell her?
it was a mutual decision.
How's the mutual decision if you don't ever tell her?
We just knew.
She
It's
she
our
or she
thing.
just knew?
Yeah, she knew.
Yeah, but
She
how?
knows. She doesn't know when it's gonna happen.
No, I get that, but how? How did she just know?
That we've been discussing this for quite some time, and finally said it's gonna happen before the end of the year.
Got you. Got you. Because you talked about rings, you
Yes,
then kind of just like, did she ask or did you tell? Like, I would
I
rather just
told.
tell you.
I told her.
Okay.
So, anyways,
That's lovely.
it's sick.
Yeah.
Stoked on it. Happy about it. Um,
Bill texted me over the weekend. Was it the weekend or was it Monday? I don't know, the days are blurring together.
I think it was over the weekend. I think it was Sunday.
Instantly FaceTimed.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Of
Loved it.
course, man. I'm so happy for you. I think it's gonna be a really, really special time for both of us. Um, Coming up, which is super cool. I get to celebrate you in person, as well as getting celebrated for Victoria and I at the same time too.
That's right. Yeah, I was gonna say this is about a month away from
Hmm.
the wedding. How's everything going in the planning department? Are you guys excited? Are you got some things coming up or
Yeah, nothing really coming up. I think we actually might run today after I get off, after I send some work stuff out. Later on this evening, I think we might go to um, I don't want to spoil where I'm getting my ring yet, but go pick go officially like pick it out, I think we're gonna do that tonight.
nice?
Yeah, I'm excited. It's
Hell yeah.
we've gone 2 or 3 times to look at it. So just want to make sure it's perfecto.
The
But
one.
I think it's going to be. It's it's a very nice ring. I'll say that.
Mhm.
It's a very, very nice ring. For men,
Nice.
for a man's ring, yeah.
Hell yeah, that's sick. I'm excited, dude. I'm probably gonna buy my tuxedo the next week also.
Nice.
Got some occasions. I'm not just gonna rent it. So
Yeah. I mean I always recommend people doing that, but not everyone wants to do that. Like Blaze has um 2 weddings in a row. So he has Nick Macbeth with it, which was his um college roommate. He has his wedding like a week before mine, and then actually no, I take that back. He has it next weekend because I'm going to Mexico next week, Wednesday to Sunday. Um, for a wedding, and that was why I couldn't go to Nick's, Blaze's old roommate. Um, and then mine's what, 3 weeks later, 3 weeks, 4 weeks later,
Hmm.
3 weeks after next week. Um, so Blaze is just holding on to his rental, but I was definitely on your side of like, hey, you might as well just purchase that mug. But I mean, hey, if it's
Yeah.
his decision, I
I don't plan on fluctuating my weight or my body type anytime soon, so
guess. You sure?
I don't think so. Let's go
Same.
cast in a roll or something. At that point, I don't mind the price tag on a new one.
Yeah.
But
Um, but yeah, man, I'm super excited to see you and celebrate you. It's gonna be fun.
hmm yeah, other than that, nothing super special. Had a great time watching the Game 7 of the World Series. Did you guys go out to see that?
No, dog.
No.
After what the Phillies did, I was mad enough to not care
That's
anymore.
pretty
Like
fair.
they just, especially to lose to the team that ended up winning the World Series is very annoying. Very,
True.
very, very annoying.
Very true. Well,
How was it?
it was probably one of the more exciting Game 7s I've ever seen.
I hate you.
It was
Especially
pretty
since you live
cool.
there, so I mean it's probably fun.
It was cool being out at a bar and like all these people around me cared. Like it was super
Yeah.
tense. They were cheering on for like every little thing.
Hmm.
So being in that environment was super sick. From a baseball, like purely baseball aspect, it was also like the top of the line of Game 7, like strategy and things working out the way managers wanted it to. I can go into it a little more in detail in my later part of the podcast that I usually do. But yeah, we got Sunny over here.
Whoa, hey now.
Sonny, what
Something
do you
on,
think?
something on the move.
Whatever. But yeah, dude, super exciting Sunday. Also had a lot of close games. I guess let's start with the Eagles. The Eagles made a few
Yeah.
moves. You guys got Jair Alexander. I think you guys may have made another move at the
Yeah,
deadline
bro.
since the deadline did come, I think yesterday. So,
I
what
have
are
a
your
lot to say.
thoughts? How'd you feel?
I This is the benefit of having a defensive coordinator that isn't looking to rise the ranks anymore, right? So having Vic Fangio wanting to end his career as a coach here in Philly has helped us tremendously, whether that's BG coming out of retirement, potentially getting, because there were rumors of this summer that we might have gotten a safety that used to play in Denver that loved Vic Fangio's defense. Just like players want to come play for him. So yes, you mentioned Jair Alexander coming from Green Bay to the Ravens to now the Eagles. He hasn't had a great beginning of the year, or first half of the year. And I think that's really due to the fact that the scheme and what they're running up in Baltimore just doesn't fit his play style, as well as that team's defense just isn't looking good in general. So he has been a healthy scratch a few weeks. But for a team like Philly that we have shown that we're willing and ready to go on another run, I think he fits in perfect with our scheme. And I think opposite of Quinion, where he doesn't have to be the number one corner. He can just be a two and guard the opposite team's second best receiver.
Mhm.
I think that's gonna help us and him and his confidence tremendously because Jair is still young. He's 28, got a lot of good ball left. Like he's younger than what Slay was when we got him from Detroit. Like I need people to think about that. Like Slay brought back good cornerback play in Philly. And people thought like he was kind of over the like age wise, like he was gonna be all downhill. We got like 4 or 5 good years out of Slay, as well as multiple Super Bowl appearances and a Super Bowl win with Slay.
Right.
So Jair doesn't even have to step into that because we have Quinion. All he needs, hey, serviceable number two man. That's all we need from him. And I think he can do that. I think he has elite talent, elite size, where he can still make those plays. As I saw him do against AJ Brown all the time, and
Right.
when we played them against the Packers. So I'm excited for Jair, and his passion that he plays with at the position. The other pickup that we had two pickups. Michael Carter, slot corner out of the Jets. I think we traded a seventh for him, I believe.
Okay.
So not it's a low risk, high reward. See what you can do. More depth at the position because Keely Ringo and Dory Jackson Dory Jackson are just dog shit, and we need to ship them the hell up out of Philly. Um, at the end of the season. Now, I will say Keely Ringo, special teams, hey, hell of a player. I love him. Love seeing him run down the field on special teams. Now, I purposely left this last one that we picked up for last because that's why I started with Vic Fangio. Circling back, this pickup out of Miami for a fourth round pick wasn't even our, or excuse me, it was a third round pick, wasn't even our third round pick. It was one that we acquired. Come on, dog. Jalen Phillips, come on home. Howie Roseman, done it again. Done it again.
Did you?
Um,
I saw you pull up the old
Jalen,
tweets.
yeah, man, yeah, of Adam Schefter tweeting it in 2010 when Howie took over as our GM in
Mhm.
2010, and the first pick that he picked was BG. He's a consummate Hall of Famer and will be in the Hall of Fame once he fully retires and doesn't come back out of retirement like he has.
Mhm.
But in 5 years, if this is the last year, so 2030, book it, first ballot Hall of Famer for Brandon Graham. But back to Jalen Phillips, I think he has the position to come in to really show what he can do. And then to think about that, I potentially could be having Jalen Phillips on one edge moving forward and Nolan Smith on the other. Dog. Like, that's what dreams are made of. As on top of the fact that the best production that Jalen Phillips has had in his career was when Vic Fangio was in Miami.
Mhm. Okay.
Now, it was said that Miami players didn't like Vic Fangio, but that was not Jalen Phillips saying that. Jalen Phillips had career years under Vic Fangio, and I'm very excited to see him suit up, as well as I think, I mean, hopefully, I don't think there's any reason why because he's going to have a learning curve compared to the other deadline pickups that we got.
Mhm.
I think he might be able to play this upcoming like this week.
Plug and play.
Yeah, I think he'll be able to get some snaps because he's going to be very familiar with this defense. So I don't expect him to play the whole game, but we're playing Monday night, so the end of the week, technically for the NFL week, and I think he can play some meaningful snaps, man. Some third downs, maybe even some first and second downs, depending on if we need a run stopper in there. But having BG, I think what we'll most likely see is BG doing maybe first and second down, run stopping, and then let Jalen Phillips get in there and rush the passer with that elite size and strength. And then Nolan Smith is coming back from IR. So man, like we're getting healthy comparatively to a league that is going the opposite direction in terms of
Mhm.
health. So very blessed to see this team coming together and hitting their stride at the right time. Put the Giants down like we were supposed to going into the bye, and now let's come out of it swinging against the Packers on Monday Night Football, man. That's all it's all about.
That's right. Quick point: if a Miami team doesn't like a coach, it's probably a good thing. 'Cause that coach is probably a hard ass, and
Exactly.
they like it easy down there. And yeah, it's going into the bye. I'm needing to get a little healthier. You guys got that, and also the reinforcements from the trades that Howie made in the
Hmm.
deadline. You guys are looking good. And nobody is going to be as big of a fan of the Eagles as I am on Monday night. Okay.
Yep. I know that you will be hate watching with the best of them,
Oh,
and I appreciate you for that.
oh, dude, of course. Especially knowing that the defensive line is that beefed up. I think one of
Hmm.
the Packers' offensive linemen, one of the best ones, Zach Tom, is out for a long time.
Yeah.
On top of also Tucker Kraft getting the season-ending injury. So that
Don't like
offense is
definitely don't like seeing that happen. Like we don't want to see players go down like that. I would always rather beat people at the best, but hey, I'll take it. Like I'm not gonna.
all glory for the path that's given to us.
Exactly. Hey, we didn't ask for it. We didn't pray on it. We are not those
Nope.
nasty kind of fans. But hey, I'll take it.
Would
I'll
have
take
loved
it.
to stop them at full strength, but we'll beat them. We'll beat them when they're low too.
That's also the game of football, right? Like I hate when people like try to use the excuse like, "Oh, we were injured. We were." It's like I don't care, man. Like you suit up with who you can suit up with, and that's all there is to it.
Hmm.
I don't like this isn't basketball. Like football is a man's sport.
That's right.
You either you're injured or you're playing and you might be a little hurt, but you're playing. Now, I think there's exceptions to that. Like
Yeah.
there's been years where teams have had legitimate, like, so like the Lions of last year, right? When they lost to the Commanders, they're probably telling themselves like, "Hey, man, the fact that we even got this far, like they were really a leaking team. They
Yeah.
had like I think 10 starters between both sides of the ball,
On IR.
like out
Yeah.
for the season type of thing. Like
Hmm.
where almost every position was a backup, with season-ending injuries. Like Aiden Hutchinson was ACL. Like they had tons of players that were out with ACLs or some type of ligament or something. And so I think, yeah, you start flirting with that area. Okay, like I'll hear it out, and that sucks. That's unfortunate because he got the injury bug, but nah, man, I'm not trying to hear that bullshit. If you get like a couple players hurt, like or this or that, like you gotta suit up, strap up, hit
Yep.
somebody.
Exactly. I challenge anybody to find a Super Bowl or NFL championship winning team that didn't have that like those
Exactly,
injuries. Yeah.
exactly. Like we came back, like we won that NFC Championship game against the Commanders with multiple offensive linemen hurt. Like they
Mhm.
just played hurt. Like and it was like Landon Dickerson and Jurgens were clearly injured
Right.
playing through like injured where if this was a regular season game, they're sitting out. Like they
Hmm.
weren't hurt, they were injured. And they played through it for the love of the game and for Philadelphia.
Right.
Like those are warriors, man. That's why we love those guys. That's why they got the big contracts on the offseason. So like shout out to them. Shout out to all Philadelphia players that are playing through something that the public might not know, but also all football players are playing through something and trying to make the best for you and your family, man. I love to see it. And I know I've been there. I know Bill, you've been there in sports growing up. It hurts, but you got to keep going, man.
It's
Love to
true.
see it.
Team needs you.
Tell, tell me a little bit more about this absolute shootout that
Ooh,
we saw between Chicago Bears and the Joe Flacco led Bengals.
dude, what a barn burner of a game. Look, I'm not here to tell anyone that the Chicago Bears are Super Bowl ready. I'm not here to say that the Bears are an amazing team, that we're
Hmm.
going to beat the best teams. But what
Hmm.
I will say is that the Chicago Bears culture is a little different now than it was however many years ago during
Hmm.
Eberflus's era, during Matt Nagy's era, during Mark Trestman. Maybe this is kind of close to what Lovie Smith was, but that was a different identity even then.
Yep.
We never gave up on this game, which I did. I thought it was over because I've seen this play through so many different times where the team just gives up that big onside kick. Whoever else that might be on the other side gets that quick touchdown, and the
Hmm.
offense comes out, sputters out. Another sad loss for the Bears, but not this time. Now with number 18 coming down under center. Oh man, what a roller coaster of emotions. And I'll keep it real. The
Hmm.
Bengals ran out of time because
Hmm.
that defense was about to give up another, like, if there was like 4 or 5 more snaps, the Bengals may have come back. But football is a game of 60 minutes, not
60
61
minutes,
minutes.
60 minutes, baby. And if it has to go to overtime, it goes to overtime. But the Bears put on a clinic, man, not to give up. And I think that's the biggest difference in this Bears team than the last, what, 10 years that we've seen.
At the very least.
Y'all had fight, man.
It's awesome. I love to see it. I love knowing that no matter what, even if we lose, they're going down swinging. They're not
Hmm.
going out sad. There's pride in the C on the side of the helmets. You know, there's a few dudes that I want to point out. Kyle Monangai. I've been
Hmm.
beating my chest for this guy since we drafted him and we saw him in the preseason. This guy's awesome. He
Hmm.
stepped in for an injured DeAndre Swift, first game that he missed. So this is the first start of his rookie season. 176 yards, dude. 176.
That's
That's
a
the
hell of a
most from
that's a hell of a
a
day.
NFL rookie in one game, I think, since 2001.
Sheesh.
Um,
Who did that in 2001?
I think it was Anthony Thomas, which is also Chicago Bear.
Hmm.
Um, Colston Loveland, first career NFL touchdown, followed by his second career NFL touchdown with that amazing 50 plus yarder with 17 seconds left on the clock.
Man's fast.
He was fast, he's big. He
Yeah.
got physical on that first one on the slant
Hmm.
where Caleb split it between the linebacker and safety. That was awesome to see. It was his coming out game. Cole Kmet went out with a concussion after doing his
Mm.
trick play throw,
Hmm.
which
Hmm.
was also a laser. There was 4 players that attempted a pass in this game. So ingenuity by Ben
Oh
Johnson.
yeah, you're right. I didn't think
Um,
about that.
you know, Other teams call them trick plays. We call them plays. Is what they're saying. I like that.
I do like that.
Um, this would have been a lot easier if we didn't give up an opening kickoff touchdown. So special
The
teams,
percentages of that is crazy. Like the fact that you guys still won that game. Like I know it's like 70 or 80% of like a blocked punt or like a kickoff return or something like that. That happens because like the momentum in the game is fully on the other team now. It's for the other team. So the
mhm,
fact that you guys like we said at the top of this topic, like rallied, kept the faith, like do diligent in your details, like that's Ben Johnson, man. Like that is him all across the game.
right? Yeah, all across it, dude. So not only that, there was a tipped field goal that made the miss by Cairo look even worse,
Mhm.
and the onside kick, lack of recovering it, lack of awareness. I mean, that's some of it. You can put it on number 92 that where the ball hit the leg on the onside kick. Some of
Mhm.
it you can also put on coaching. So Richard Hightower, this is 3 strikes all in one game.
Dang
I
it.
think that's something that needs to be focused on going
Yeah.
forward. Better teams may have taken better advantage of it.
Can't have three special team blunders in the same
3 of
game.
them.
That I mean, let alone it's a season. Like that
Yep.
could get you fired. Like game is pretty crazy.
It is pretty crazy. Would have been nice if they would not have ruled Tremaine Edmonds down on that interception because he took that one to the house. They just let him take it to the
Mhm.
house and then called it
Mhm.
back to the 4 yard line. That led to the 3 and out and the 2 touchdowns that happened after it. Joe Flacco can sling it, dude. Joe Flacco was hurt also. He had a bum
He's
shoulder and he was still slinging it on the Bears.
AC joint. Yeah, he was letting that I was about to curse. The rock rip. He was letting it rip, man. Um,
That was sick,
he's
dude.
unreal. But okay, can we actually have a conversation about this? It's not in the notes, but I want to talk about this. I saw someone tweet this and I fully agree with it.
Mhm.
Either we have to start saying, because no one really said this when Joe Flacco like wasn't on a team 2 years ago, and it looked like he was about to be retired.
Yeah.
Either we have to say Joe Flacco is a Hall of Famer and he's one of the elite quarterbacks of his generation,
Okay.
or Joe Burrow is being absolutely carried by T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. Because you can't discredit Joe Flacco in his
Okay.
career, but yet he's lighting up almost 500 passing yards with this offense.
Right.
Off the streets, by the way. What got benched in Cleveland.
Right.
But then 500 yards, like 400 yards, multiple games now.
Huh.
Like we can't do this anymore. Either Joe Burrow is a fraud getting
Okay.
carried, like we say about Jalen Hurts, or Joe Flacco is just that good, and we've gotten his career misled in the light that we've been looking at. When we cut this up, yeah, y'all let me know, man. Y'all let
Yeah.
me know.
No, let's not confine this to our discussion. I'd love to hear from other people. Because you're right, wasn't doing super great in Cleveland. He has the luxury of having won the Super Bowl, having all those great years with Baltimore. He
Mhm.
is old now.
Like you're telling me a 40-year-old is slinging it like this? Like we have to start calling these folks out. If we're gonna call Jalen out for being carried, I need to see some other names, man. I need to see some other names saying that they're getting carried because Joe Flacco is putting up career numbers
Hmm.
in he's 40, man.
Yeah, I think he's age 41, 40, something like
Like
that.
what are we
Yeah.
talking about?
He's not Tom Brady. He's not on that TB12 method.
No, no. I think
No.
Flacco enjoys beers and steak and
Definitely. He's one of
not
us.
not kissing his kids on the mouth at making out with them until like eighth grade.
Right.
I
He
don't think
likes
Joe
tomatoes,
Flacco.
strawberries.
Wait, Tom doesn't eat tomatoes or strawberries?
No, he doesn't like them.
Did you see recently that he cloned his dog?
I did not see that. Damn.
So people were saying this is why Tom needs football because now he's acting like Dr. Doofenshmirtz because because with all this money because so his old dog was before it passed away he's Tom's like he's invested in some like biotech company
Mhm.
that can take samples of blood and then create a new version of that animal.
Okay.
And he created a new dog, not a new dog, like a new species, but like has another dog with the same genetics as his
Genetics.
on that yeah, the one that passed away.
That's super cool. I think that is a major detriment to like the whole like foster system for pets.
That's a great point. Yeah.
Yeah. Being with Fran, she's made me aware of a lot of like of these things with animals. It's like,
Hmm.
damn, I understand the sentiment, but there's so many other like dogs that need to be adopted.
Hmm.
It's complicated, and I don't want to take any real side in this. Damn, yeah, Tom needs football. You're
Tom
right.
needs football. That's the only point I had on it. Is Tom needs football.
Yeah.
He's got way too much time, way too much money, and he's doing some weird shit now. So yeah. But let's move forward, man. Yeah, I know that you wanna, as I also want to talk about this game that we're about to
Oh,
speed on. How in the hell did y'all the Green Bay Packers, shout out Blair Griffith, my buddy I went to college with.
mhm.
How did your team let you down and lose to the Carolina Panthers?
Hey,
Speak on it, Billy. I know you hate watching that
hey.
game. Go ahead.
Hold on, hold
Ooh.
on, hold on.
Ah.
Look, I'll put it to you this way. If the Panthers didn't score a single point,
Mhm.
they still covered the spread.
Ooh.
13-16. Some might say this shouldn't have even come down to that final field goal attempt
Mhm.
because the Panthers missed an extra point. Off of the lie that two pumps does not get you a penalty. Do you see that? Rico
Mm-mm.
Dowdle celebrating his touchdown. Did the two pumps
Oh.
doesn't get you a penalty, but they threw the flag anyways because it's Green Bay. And you know who didn't get
Um.
flagged for that when he did it?
Oh.
My now good friend Aaron Rodgers.
Thank
Interesting,
God.
isn't it? And
Very
because of
interesting.
that, they missed an extra point, which then allowed the Green Bay Packers to tie the game.
Hmm.
But no worries, because Bryce Young had what it took
Hmm. Yes, he
in
did.
front of all those idiots on the sideline, wearing green in the stands, thousands and thousands of fools
Bulls.
lied to, led astray, run amok, flat out deceived by those stupid uniforms that they wore also.
They look so dumb.
Oh, it's so stupid and ugly and dumb. I'm so glad I'm going on record as saying this. You got what you deserved. Those knockoff Bear jerseys, the navy blue and the burnt orange. I know you want to be us.
They're
I know you
copying
wish you were from the big city,
the big city.
but no. No, 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 no,
They're from
no.
Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Two interceptions, Jordan Love. I saw you.
I thought you were an MVP.
Mm-mm.
That's what they were telling us, Bill. That's
I,
what they were telling us.
I don't listen to nobody. I don't speak English. An awful attempt on fourth down. And the other interception, can't remember it off the top of my head, but I've seen so many costly interceptions by those quarterbacks, except Aaron Rodgers.
70% completion rate, 273 yards, 80 rating. He only had one pick, not two. In one.
Only one? Oh, that's right.
One.
They dropped the fourth down
But
throw.
should have been probably another. Yeah. So
Reason why that guy's a cornerback. No, you're right though. I
he's
am so happy to see that Micah Parsons is not having that big of an impact. I don't think.
was Jerry right?
I think Jerry may have been right. I think all the people rating Jerry's trade as not being good are eating their words right now. Clark is stuffing
Mm,
the run. Clark is a good
mm.
player.
I'm not ready. I'm not out yet on that trade.
I don't
I'm
think
not.
anybody else is.
I don't want to go on record yet on that trade yet.
That's fine. It remains to be seen for the Cowboys. But what I see in the Packers, idiots. And got what you
They
deserved.
they are only technically like they're a game ahead only because no, they're half a game ahead because of their tie. They're 5-2-1.
That's right.
You and the
Which
Lions are 5-3. Vikings at 4-4.
I think is so shitty because they tied the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Come on,
Mm-hmm.
dude. Come on.
Yeah, I'll take it. Cowboys are 3-5-1.
That's true.
Commanders 3-6. Giants 2-7. Man, I have a tie ready to go on the Commanders in a little bit, but to finish up this Packers game, yeah, man, they fluked.
Yep.
They left it open for the Eagles as well as the Bucks to swoop in and get above them in terms of seeding. We have the tiebreaker on the Bucks, so shout out to us. I love that we did that earlier in the season. Finally
Mhm.
went down to Tampa and got a win in Tampa during a September game when it's hot down there. But man, also the Seahawks are just flying right now under the
The
radar.
chickens are good. I don't have much else to add to the Packers game. I was not about to give any like deep analysis other than they suck. Does
Hmm.
suck about Tucker Craft, but you know,
That suck, yeah.
whatever. You guys are losers. So, do you want to talk about what this means for the Commanders going forwards and the
Hmm.
Seahawks? The Seahawks just it was an absolute ass kicking.
It wasn't fun to watch. It
No.
was not fun to watch. Um, I personally disagree with. So I think you take Jaden out after they had a drive, like start at like the 12-minute mark. I think that should have been the last drive, and I
Mhm.
think that's actually what their head coach came out and said the next day. So I don't hate that he was in, because I think football, again, not like basketball. You're healthy, you're playing. If you're even hurt, you're playing. Like freak accidents can happen at any point in a sport, and you have to play balls to the wall. Otherwise, you actually, if you aren't trying, you actually are more susceptible to getting injured in that
Yeah.
scenario. So, um, super unfortunate what happened to Jaden. I'm not saying that he deserved that because I like all black quarterbacks
Mhm.
and where we've gotten as a league with having black quarterbacks. I've told Commanders fans since the preseason at PMS34 at WildBill11 if you want to follow us on Twitter, where
That's right.
we're always tweeting out our thoughts, as
At
well
many
as
last words
at
underscore.
there you go, at many last words underscore for the podcast Twitter.
Hmm.
Um, I've been saying for a long time that Jaden is playing with fire because during I think it was the last preseason game, he took off running and got absolutely smacked running into the end zone. He
Hmm.
wanted to score that bad in a game that did not mean anything. And that was the catalyst and the future prediction of what the season was going to look like. He's been running too much. He's been not too much because that is what makes him dynamic. So I'm not going to say that. He's been not protecting himself enough when
Yeah.
he does decide to run. Um, going all the way back to Russell Wilson. Now Jalen Hurts protects himself. Like there's quarterbacks that run a consistent amount that continually protect themselves. Jaden, it just second season out, just refuses to do that, and I
Yeah.
don't get it. And I don't want to hear shit about Frankie Louvu getting hip drop tackled, um, or when he's hip drop tackling people and he got suspended, but apparently he just got reduced to $100,000 fine and not missing his game this Sunday. But stop pointing blame. When are we as a society just stop taking accountability and just point the blame at other people? Well, they're doing it, so why aren't they? It doesn't matter. Hey, your player has done it now 3 or 4 times in 3 to 4 other situations, and
Mhm.
he deserved the fine and he deserved to get suspended. They made it a point of emphasis to take this out of the game. Why? Because guys are getting hurt.
Yeah.
ACLs, legs literally snapping because of his hip drop tackle.
Yeah.
Why are you, as a fan, not looking at that and saying, yeah, you know what? Frankie needs to, like, our coaching staff needs to coach it up better. He needs to be benched until he learns better. Like, there needs to be a line because when you're hurting the team now, but potentially getting suspended, I know you got it reduced. Like, it's a bigger issue because Frankie Louvu is a good linebacker. I'm not saying he's not,
Hmm.
but you got to be good enough to play the right way, play the game
Right.
the right way. And now, do I think the guy that hip drop tackled Jaden deserves to get um either a fine or something like that. Yeah, if he's doing that wrong, yes, I agree as
Yeah.
well. But we all collectively need to take accountability. What are we doing?
Yeah, that's a good point. You never hear anything coming out of like the coaching staffs and like the way these guys are taught about it. It's always just singling out the player.
Yeah,
That's
I wouldn't be like if I honestly like I would be saying like the league office needs to actually be finding the coaches as well in this to
yeah,
really make it clear that it isn't just the player. Like everyone, like maybe not the head, I mean, maybe it's the head coach, or maybe it's head coach, and then there is a smaller fine for the coordinator or the linebackers coach specifically, the position group. I think that'll cut that shit out very quickly. Because if you see a player doing that, guess what? Your coach doesn't want to lose money either. He's going to pull you off the field.
hmm
So,
true.
hey, that's my 2 cents on the Commanders and where they're at right now. Seahawks look damn good. I am kind of nervous about them because they got some weapons over there, and the rich got richer in Seattle. Rashid Shaheed
That's right,
coming out of New Orleans for I think a
dude. Awesome player,
fourth and a
awesome
seventh,
name.
or a fourth and a sixth, something like that.
hmm
Bro, he's a burner. I've been watching him a lot because I watched the Saints games with Victoria. She was not happy to see him go. So yeah, man, we'll see what happens with that. That was nuts. But
It's gonna
is
be
there
a good
another?
NFC playoffs,
It is.
regardless
It
of what,
is. I
regardless
mean,
of what
this
happens.
this is why it is so important that the Eagles get the 1 seed. 'Cause I don't want to see, bro. I don't want to see one of these teams. With the Eagles having to go on the road. Like, imagine Philly having to go into Seattle, man. Seattle, hey, that 12, they call it the 12th man,
Oh man,
I think. Yeah, they get loud up there
they
in
do,
Seattle, especially when Beast Mode was running. I know he's not there anymore, but they got some players over there.
they do.
JSN is looking elite. I think he's still leading the league in receiving right now.
hmm
Hey, man, watch out for Seattle. Watch out for. I mean, the whole NFC West, honestly, is kind of getting nutty. They got
Niners QB controversy. Can
yeah.
you go back to Purdy? I don't
Oh,
know.
they're 6-3, man. They turned it around.
Mac Jones is looking pretty
Mac
good.
Jones. Yeah. 6-2 for the Rams as well. 6-2 for the Seahawks. Like that NFC West is some could say like the most competitive. I know there's no negative team in the NFC North right now,
Right.
but Vikings have been on a slide and they just don't look good.
I don't think the Bears
Um,
beat most teams in the NFC West, honestly.
you think the Bears do?
I don't think they beat most of the teams in
Oh,
the
you don't
West.
think that?
They're
Yeah.
they're just too good of a solidly constructed football teams and well coached.
I think they all are. All of those
Yeah.
teams, which is crazy to think about in that conference or in that division.
hmm
So we'll see, man. I'm excited for what this is why that's why the NFL specifically for me is such the best league.
No,
There's
it's
so
awesome.
much competitiveness from top to bottom. Like there's no like really bad teams outside of right now this year with the Saints, the Titans,
The Jets.
and the Jets. So it's probably 4 teams: Saints, Titans, Jets, and Raiders.
hmm
Those four. That's it. That's it.
Everyone else any given Sunday.
Any given Sunday. I mean, I'm still giving the Giants any given Sunday with what they did
Yep.
to the Eagles.
Not
Like,
an easy game coming up this week for the Bears.
you get the Giants?
We got the Giants.
Yeah, man.
We'll see.
Is it in New York or
No,
in
it's in
New
Chicago.
Jersey? It's in Chicago. All
Yeah.
right. I think I would give you guys that win
I hope
because
so.
it's in Chicago. But it needs to be a dominating win. I think you guys need to keep going on a run. And Ben Johnson needs to put his thumb on this game.
I think that will be the case. I think we'll run it. We'll be super run focused and just try to put pressure on the young quarterback. We did trade for a pass rusher. Just some guy, Joe Tryon Shoyinka, former
Hmm.
first round pick. That's it. That's the missing piece. I will blindly believe that that's exactly what we needed. So I think as long as we do that, we got a pretty good standing chance against the New York Football Giants.
Oh yeah, I love that for you.
Hell yeah. I know we're running out of time. Just really quickly, kind of a sad day for the Jets. Trading away Quinion Williams and Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, man.
Two young bucks, but they yielded 3 first-round picks.
Yeah, and a second, right,
I
from
believe maybe
Dallas.
also a
I think
second.
a first and a second. I think they got a second this year, upcoming draft, and then a first for 2027.
Mm-hmm. And 2 firsts for
Like they
Sauce.
got
I think
yeah,
that
man.
shows a lot of confidence in Aaron Glenn going forward. They're giving him the keys, saying, "This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna
Hmm.
mold it to what you what we think you can do to lead us to a successful season and team. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how the rest of this season goes. Fuck it. Here's the keys. Go for it.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be a dumpster fire. It's not gonna be good.
No.
I think they're doing something similar to what the Lions did when they got rid of Matt Stafford for that Jared Goff trade
Yeah.
when they switched. I think they got in return the Lions had gotten a first or two firsts for Matt Stafford at that time.
Mhm.
So I think depending on how their GM for the Jets do, yeah, man, I think that this is a very important pivotal time for the Jets. And we'll see what they can put together.
It's going to get a lot uglier before it gets better, but
Very,
it
very
is what
ugly.
it is, and I'm glad it's not the Bears.
Glad it's
Better
not the
them than
Eagles.
us.
Yep.
All right. Do you have any final words, Peyton, before we head our separate ways for now?
No many last words for me. I love you. This was fun as always. Please subscribe, tune in, comment, like, share,
That's
all
right.
those
Give us
things.
feedback. We love doing this for you guys.
We love it.
All right, my brother. I love you. Thanks for joining
Love
me
you, man.
again. We'll talk
Always.
again soon. All right. So, had another great conversation with Peyton. Always appreciate you coming on the pod. So, where do I begin with the MLB? Quite possibly one of the more exciting Game 7s. I think that all began with the final 2 outs of Game 6. I don't understand how, like, in one of the grandest stages that you could possibly be in, how do you get doubled up on a shallow line drive to left field? I mean, you're not supposed to be more than like 2 or 3 steps away from the bag if you're not sure if it's going to fall. So, I mean, what an awful way to go out in Game 6 and give the Dodgers the opportunity to be in a Game 7. Anything can happen in Game 7. And I knew then that the Dodgers had the momentum going into the game. Even when Bo Bichette stood there and watched the 3-run homer, even then I didn't think that game was over by a long shot. Even when they chased Shohei Ohtani, I knew they still had a bunch of arms coming out of the bullpen. I knew there was going to be starters available. It was Game 7. They weren't going to, leave anything in the dugout, leave anything in the bullpen that they would feel that they would be able to use in a high leverage situation like that. That Game 7 was a little different than the other recent ones because the other recent Game 7s were either a blowout or the last one that was like truly a close Game 7 was the Cubs and the Indians, and that was at the time Indians, now the Guardians. That one just felt tense. This Game 7 didn't feel incredibly tense. I mean, of course the stakes were there and you felt it was palpable from the very beginning to the very end. It felt like both teams were playing pretty loose. And that made for like more of a casual viewing experience in the beginning. Of course, once we got to the later innings, we saw things kind of tighten up, and I knew there was a chance when Muncy hit that home run in the 7th or 8th inning, whatever it was. I knew the Dodgers were within a run, and seeing that Shohei was about to be third coming up in the top of the 9th, I thought that was going to be it, but Miguel Rojas came through. Then obviously Will Smith. They got out of a bases loaded 1-out jam in the 9th inning, as did the Blue Jays when the Dodgers loaded the bases. I mean, what a crazy way to end it. I didn't realize when Mookie turned the double play to end the game that was it. I thought that they tied it up for some reason. I don't know. My brain just didn't process it correctly. I was at a bar out here in LA. Incredible scenes. Incredible seeing all the people celebrate. Obviously, the Dodgers are not my favorite team, but what a way to end the baseball season. Went as long as it possibly could. Game 7 of the World Series. And I mean, what can you say? I mean, other teams were able to compete with the Dodgers, even with that big payroll that people love to talk shit about. But it was awesome. And, they deserved it. They were the better team. Moving forward. Let's get into the Cubs. Not retaining Shota Imanaga. Kind of a sad day. I do think his numbers regressed enough to... I mean, I understand. I understand the justification of moving on from a 32-year-old pitcher that has been giving up more than 1 home run per start, going from the second half of this past season. Not being somebody that Craig Counsell trusted coming out of the bullpen in the winner-take-all Game 5 against Milwaukee, even though he was on normal rest. it hurts because he was the first team that brought him into the MLB. I'm sure somebody will scoop him up right away. Um, there's still the possibility that maybe he comes back to the Cubs on some sort of deal, some sort of restructured, like less money kind of deal. I don't know if he's going to take it though. You can never really guarantee any of that. So sad to see. And then I think I just saw Adam Schefter or whoever tweeted that Kyle Tucker is likely not to come back on the Cubs. He's looking for over $300 million. I'm cool on it. I'm very cool seeing how he took such a big step back in the second half of the season. I think I already mentioned that when the Cubs got eliminated on that podcast. I'm not surprised by it. That is really the only big takeaways I've gotten from the Cubs in these weeks following their elimination and the few days that have followed the World Series, seeing some of the storylines. I mean, you got to make a move for a big time starting pitcher. Even though Justice Steele is coming back, excuse me, Cade Horton will probably come back healthy. I mean, I'm hoping Matthew Boyd is back. I'm hoping Jameson Taillon is also back. Colin Ray, I don't know what his contract situation is. Pitching was the biggest thing in this past season that really held us back from the true potential that this team could be. Quick shout out to both, or rather the three of Nico Horner, Ian Happ, and Pete Crow Armstrong for winning Gold Gloves. I know it's Pete's first. I think it might be Nico's first. It might be Ian's second or third. You can't really say enough about how well that defense performed. Excuse me, not even just the people that won the Golden Gloves. Dansby did amazing this season. Saved a lot of runs. Definitely backed up the pitchers and allowed the offense, sputtering as it may have been at some points, to be able to pull us through for a bunch of wins. And I'm hoping to see a lot more wins coming up the next few seasons. But, yeah, sad news about Shota. And I hope that he goes somewhere that makes him happy. That guy deserves it. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, Tom Ricketts is able to break even. Hope you make your money, man. But anyways, that's all I have for this podcast. I'm sorry to end it on such a sour note on the Chicago Cubs. They just pissed me off. The Bulls are looking good. The Blackhawks are looking good. I'll probably have somebody on to talk about the Blackhawks in these upcoming weeks. It's an exciting time for Chicago sports. We got the Pope. I don't know about the White Sox. I'm sure something is bright about them. Anybody wants to let me know, add it in the comments. Tweet at WildBill11, at PMitch34, at ManyLastWords_. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I think I'm missing one. YouTube, obviously. Yeah. It's a good time to be alive. Sonny's real happy about her Jaguars. And she came by to say what's up. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Friends and family, los quiero mucho. And until next time, it's over.